you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football.
$109 hours and 11 minutes. That's what we have left till kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. This Sunday, 109 hours from now. I might fast. Maybe we do a fast until the season starts. I hit 93 hours last time. I think we're going to do it. I think we do a fast until kickoff. Hell yeah. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching The Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. Thank you for being here. 5 minutes from now, the New York Jets will have a press conference. Gator, if you're watching, it just started. I emailed you the link. I emailed you the call-in link, my friend. We're going to bring that to you. Yes, Tom Ace, keep that a secret. What happens between us is supposed to stay between us. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to discuss many things today. We're going to hear Aaron Glenn momentarily. We're going to talk about how can the New York Jets defeat the Steelers. I'm going to do a whole bunch of prep work while Aaron Glenn is on air. Discussing Aaron Rodgers, he says he's a future Hall of Famer. We all know that. He's going to cause problems no matter what. So I don't expect Aaron Glenn to give any bulletin board material. I don't expect his team to have any bulletin board material quotes coming out. I think they will keep things internal. I think that this will be players who are smart at the microphone because they have a coach that holds them accountable. They have a coach that is smart. He wants them to believe in themselves, and you can believe in yourself without ever saying anything degrading about somebody else. So I expect the New York Jets, and we're going to have Aaron Glenn at the mic right now. You're watching The Nick Shine Show. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll be back in a few minutes. Enjoy.
Good afternoon. Really good opponent for us to start our season off against. Really good players. Coach Tom did a really good job of bringing in good quality veterans on his team. Really good coach. Has done a lot of winning in this league. So this will be a good challenge for us. And our guys are looking forward to the challenge, as long as our coaches are too. So when it comes to any injuries, most of the guys will be out there practicing today. Anything that comes up, I'll let you guys know tomorrow for the most part. But again, like I said before, this is a good quality opponent, for us to start kick off our 2025 season. And this is no better opponent to go against. So any questions?
Are Tyrod and Simpson among those practices?
Most of our guys will be practicing today for the most part.
What kind of challenge does Aaron Rodgers present?
Man, that's really nothing to talk about because of who he is. So he challenges in all ways as far as him as a thrower, getting the guys in and out the huddle, being able to see the defense and being able to put the guys in the right position. So listen, guy, he's a future Hall of Famer. We all know that. So he's going to cause problems no matter what.
When you looked at film, I'm sure probably before you got here, you looked when you were deciding whether to keep him or not. What did you see on film about what he has left in his league?
That's been gone. So I'm not going to answer questions about guys that's not here and what I saw. Right now, I'm looking at what our guys can do. So
scouting him now,
just like I said, I'm not going to sit there and answer questions on what I saw back then that's not relevant to right now.
Do you think there's any advantage to the fact that Quincy Williams, Jamie Sherwood, Sauce Gardner practiced against him all last summer? Even the cadence thing, right?
You know what? I do, but man, this guy's a vet. He's seen it all. He's won against a number of guys, but I do think there is some value, to our guys of being able to be a part of that. And here's what I do know also. I know that those guys had a really good relationship, and he's talked to them just about football in general. And our guys, they really took that in, and they've grown from all those things. So there's value to making sure that you're on a team with a player like that. And I know he helped those guys a lot.
When you evaluate a player like Aaron who's getting older, how do you and what do you look at when you're putting together a game plan? You said that, well, because when guys get older, they lose a little bit naturally.
Yeah.
That's everyone. So I imagine you can't go back to when your Lions defense was going against the Packers because he's a different player now than then. Last year could be different last year compared to this year. How do you piece together who Aaron is in 2025?
Listen, I've had the opportunity to go against that player, man, shoots a number of times. And listen, he's always been someone that really understands what the coordinator's thinking. You could tell he does a lot of film study. So mentally, that never goes away. Physically, we all start to wane at some point, as we get older. But I know at that position, when mentally you're on point, man, he makes it a challenge. So on tape, you're going to continue to see that. I mean, when he was here, you see that. But the thing that we have to do a really good job of is making sure we give different looks and make sure we try to make it as hard as we can on him because he's seen it all.
AJ, and you've had a whole summer and off-season stuff with Fields.
Yeah.
Talk about, any things you've learned from him or about him in the time that you've now gotten together with him and coached him.
Yeah, all through training camp, just understand exactly who he is and what he likes when it comes to the passing game, when it comes to the running game. Where does he want receivers to be in certain spots on the field to make sure that connection is on point? And here's the thing. We're also going to continue to learn as the season progresses. I mean, these guys have had a number of practices out there in training camp, but once you get in games, things start to change a little bit. And to me, it's always been, I've learned this from Bill Cowher years ago, that sometimes you really don't know what your team is until you get 4 or 5 games down the road. So listen, we're all maturing in that aspect of really understanding, really true game action, man. Who are we going to be as a football team? And I'm paying close attention to that.
How difficult it is? I mean, everybody has preconceived notions of the player.
Yeah.
When he comes here, he has a reputation of being good at this or not good at that.
Yeah.
As a coach, do you have a clean slate when he comes in?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Because we just talked about it before. I mean, guys change, people change, who they are year to year, they grow, they get better, so I think it's when you go in with an open mind and say, let me see how this thing plays out. How is this guy going to operate in practice? How does he operate in the preseason? And then let that be your determining factor of who this guy is and how he's going to operate. And I've always been that way of, listen, you earn your keep with everything, in my opinion. And what I see on tape, what I see on the field, that's what I make my decisions off of.
Larry Ball is one of those players, one of your captains. I just curious to know, just what are you saying to him throughout the course of the summer and now entering the season and his growth?
He's a guy that grew tremendously from OTAs to now. Early on, he wasn't a guy that was very vocal for the most part, and he just continued to grow in that aspect of knowing exactly who he was when it came to how he fits with us on defense and then how he fits on special teams. And he takes that role to heart. He really does. And that's one thing I talk to the players about early on in camp, that every role is important to this team. And it doesn't matter if you're a gunner, if you're a quarterback, if you're a guard, everybody has a specific role, and your role is important to how we operate. And he has taken his role to heart. He knows exactly who he is. And I'm excited about that player and how he's going to go forward with us.
Aaron, what do you remember about your first game as a player? It was home against Buffalo.
Yeah, it was.
And how do you think your emotions on Sunday might be the same or different than your first game as a player?
You know what? That's really hard to tell until I get up, that Sunday and really see how I'm gonna feel. I just knew back then I was matched up against Andre Reed, so that's a tell in itself, of going against a player like that. And plus Buffalo in general, just the way that team was built. I mean, that was an outstanding team, personnel wise, and then understand exactly how they operate. So I was nervous. I know I was. And I'm sure I'll be nervous for this one. And that's just who I am. I always have that within my body. I can feel it. But at some point, man, it goes away really, really quick. And I get dialed into what I have to do as a coach. I know, and I did as a player.
There's a good chance Armand's going to have to go against TJ Watt a bit on Sunday. What
Yeah.
kind of challenges does he present, and how do you feel about where Armand's at?
Man, another guy that's at the top of his game. He's one of the elite pass rushers in this league. And I don't want to just sit there and talk about his pass rush because you watch him against the run. He does some pretty outstanding things too. So listen, Membo knows he has a tough job ahead of him. And we all know that. So we have to do everything we can to help him. And this week's practice is going to be vital for him to make sure he's on point. So there's no secret. He's going to go against, Watt. So, he's going to go out there and do the best he can.
What to you would define a successful season?
What would define a successful season? I want to be a team to where the fans will look up and say, we're proud of that team. And if they say that, I'll be happy. I'll be happy because within that, I know that wins will come.
Aaron, when you were with Detroit and then were playing the Jets, you said you wanted to kick their butt. I'm
Yeah.
curious, what do you
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Nick Shine Show. We have the Aaron Glenn press conference here live. I will be back as soon as it's over to react, take your questions and comments, and we'll maybe do some call-ins in a bit. Thank you.
It just happened to be that game, so I'm sure he feels the same way. It doesn't matter who you play. You want to kick somebody's butt anytime you go out on the grass. So it doesn't matter if you play in Arizona, Pittsburgh, Cleveland. It doesn't matter. You want to beat the hell out of anybody you go against.
You sort of talked about your objectives through the process of when the spring program started,
Yeah.
OTAs, training camp. I'm wondering now, how does it change in terms of that goal was out there, right? Talked about what the main goal is.
Yeah.
Kind of keeping it centered on what you did today. How does it change in the regular season, or what's kind of your message, big picture wise?
Well, I have a pretty good understanding exactly where we are as a team. And the things that we were trying to create going through training camp, I think we're very, very close. And I'm going to continue to assess that, as I go through the season. Are we there yet? No, we're not. And we're not going to be perfect at all. But those are things that I will never stop looking at, because I want to make sure we reach that plateau of being the team that we try to create through training camp. And those guys are fighting their asses off to get there. I do know that. They know exactly what it is. And we're going to continue to strive for that.
Thanks, everybody.
Shout out to Gator for pulling that together. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. You are a nice guy. Alan, what the hell is this? Taking digs. Come on, man. I know I'm pretty, but I also think I got a smooth, sultry voice, as Leanie and many other ladies have told me. All right, couple things. Let's get right into this. We had the press conference with Aaron Glenn that you watched here live. I appreciate all of you for being here. As it says on the bottom of the screen, hit the like button, subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,700 by Sunday, and as of right now, we're still 11 away. So let's get there. All right, here's what we got. When asked about the Steelers, he said a good opponent, good coach. Tomlin made good additions throughout the offseason, and they're a proven winner. They haven't had a losing season as long as Mike Tomlin's been the head coach. We're aware of that. We would like to be part of the reason that streak ends. I am a big fan of Aaron Rodgers getting everybody fired and eliminating everyone from the front office. End the win streak, get everyone fired, destroy it. Tear it to the ground in true Aaron Rodgers fashion. He says they present issues. Rodgers presents issues while putting a game plan together. Listen, we know firsthand, we saw it last year. It doesn't matter what you think they're going to run. Doesn't matter what you think their playbook is. Roger is going to change, tweak, and manufacture the routes that he's comfortable with. Sometimes he doesn't even get that done. Now, here's what we need from the fans in attendance. When you see Rodgers start to do his checks, that volume's got to get even louder. Create the chaos that can disrupt this offense. Have them burning timeouts. I don't care if you've been in the league for 20-something years. This crowd can really impact this game on Sunday. And Jets fans who are going, it is up to you to do so. Connor Hughes put this together nicely. This is from Connor. Aaron Glenn says Aaron Rodgers is as sharp mentally as anyone. Makes it a challenge when putting together a game plan against him. He's older. Physical skills wane for everyone as they age. But mentally and playing quarterback still renders Rodgers as a top-tier player. So kind of what I said before we started this. You're not going to see bulletin board material coming out of Glenn and company. They're going to say the right things on the mic. Brian, if you have a voice at 4:30 on Sunday, you are banished from this channel. You call in Sunday night and you let me hear how you sound. For those of you watching and not going to the game, Sunday, 12:30 p.m. right here for the watch along. Be putting some guests together. You heard Jake say things are going well. He might call in at halftime. I'll have some others throughout the day. But the Nick Shine Show is your place to be Sunday. When we win, I'm going to take Nick home. Nick has given me the blessing to do the show. He'll be sitting here next to me. He might not be on air, but he'll be watching with me. I'm going to bring him home. We win. We come back on 8, 9 o'clock Sunday night. We celebrate. We'll open up the call lines. Everybody can call in. I'll stay on till 6 in the morning if we got callers calling in. I don't care. We win this game. We deserve to celebrate all damn night. Zach Rosenblatt says, Aaron Glenn on what would define a successful season. I want to be a team where the fans say I'm proud of that team. Now, Aaron Glenn must be listening to this show because you guys have heard me say a successful season is a season where we see growth, we see competitiveness, we see competition. We're not down 17-0 with 3 drives into the game. We compete week after week. We impose our will on the opposition. If the quarterback isn't the quarterback that we need, but the rest of the roster, the run defense is improved, the pass defense is elite, the run offense is top-notch, the special teams, and we're just missing the passing attack, guess what, folks? The New York Jets will use as many assets as they need to go get that quarterback. I believe that even though there might be better prospects out there, I think the quarterback that fits the New York Jets ideology most as of right now is Sellers. If you're using Fields, and that was the guy that you wanted to start with, Sellers is a seamless transition. You can have Fields start off next year, and then you can hand the reins over by running the same type of offense with RPOs, mobility, all of that. There might be guys who are better, but in terms of the scheme and what we want to be and our offensive identity with running it, and listen, I'm not saying Sellers can't pass. I think he's a better passing prospect than Fields. Okay. Sorry, there's tweet coming in. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Alan, I agree. That's why I'm saying you use every asset. You hope the Saints don't end up with number. I think the Saints, we'll get into quarterback talk, but I think Sellers is a guy for us right now. So the successful season is just being a team that isn't embarrassing. It's being an organization where your coaching staff is prepared, not caught off guard. Where it's 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter and we have a chance to win. Or we are winning. You know, when Adam Gase was the coach, we weren't prepared. We were outmatched. We were overwhelmed. We were just bottom of the barrel in terms of talent and coaching. The New York Jets should have a top 10 offensive line, should have a top 10 defense, have an elite weapon at wide receiver, have a young tight end who's promising, have a very good trio of backs in the backfield, have a mobile quarterback, have a kicker who's been very good, missed one kick each of the last 2 seasons. When you look at every aspect of this team, they should be better than they were last year. And that was with a Hall of Famer at quarterback. The only thing that we might not be better in is passing touchdowns. But it's very possible we can be better in overall touchdowns. That's all I care about. I don't care if you run a sneak with the guard and he runs. I don't care how we score. Get the ball across the pylons. That's it. I don't care about career touchdowns. I don't care about checking out of plays. Finish the drive. Be a good team. Compete week after week. And we will know that this is a team on the rise. When we see it come to life starting on Sunday, 108 hours and 51 minutes away, we will see what this team is. If you control the trenches, you control the game. I'm a big believer of that. We have the offensive line. We have the defensive line. There's no reason we should ever be blown out or overmatched in the line of scrimmage. Now, moving on. How would Nick approach the Steelers? Well, I'm going to tell you that right now. Run the ball, run it more, and then run it again. The run game, the creativity, the explosiveness that we're going to create in the run game is going to be fun to watch. It really is. Now, I don't expect all of you to get excited about that. Some of you are fantasy football guys who think fantasy football should be how real football is. And if we're not putting up massive stats, it doesn't matter. All you have to do week to week is score more points than the other team. You can win a game 2-0. It's 1 out of 17. That's a victory. There's no style points when you're playing football. This coming in from Samini right now. Glenn declined to give an injury update, saying most of the players will practice today. Asked specifically about John Simpson's back and Tyrod Taylor, he said most of my guys will be practicing today for the most part. So now, I'm going to segue real quick here. Anyways, does this tie in to Aaron Glenn's comments last week or over the weekend about we'll have a center at center? Does this mean Simpson might not be ready? Does he not want to tell the Steelers it might be Myers, Tippmann at guard? Is he holding his cards? We'll see. But me putting 1 and 1 together with most of my guys will be out there and not committing to who will be center, that might be a tell, ladies and gentlemen. We might be without Simpson for week 1. It's worth keeping an eye on. Might be a game time decision. And I'm okay with that. I don't think it's over the top panic if Simpson's out. Do I like what he does? Absolutely. Do I love the nastiness? Absolutely. But I think Tippmann as a guard isn't much of a difference. I think Tippmann will be really well at guard. Obviously, we want Simpson out there and Tippmann at center. That's my preference. I don't know about you guys. But that's something that it's not the end of the world. This is why you wanted that 6th man in Myers. Right? Myers is your NBA, Ron Artest, 6th man of the year. Whenever there's an injury on the line, I am fully believing Myers goes in and you make everything else work. That's how you do it. You're not putting in Max Mitchell. You're not putting in Chimu Okorafor. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting kicked off early in the show with Kevin Tattoos. For those of you who missed it, Sunday night, our guy Kevin won the Darrelle Revis helmet. Now, Kevin and I texted. I owe him a phone call. Kevin said, Braylon Allen, Will McDonald. So I haven't found the items yet, but Sunday night, the 21st, after the Tampa victory for the New York Jets, we'll be giving away 2 items that night. it will be a Braylon Allen mini helmet and a Will McDonald mini helmet. So I'm looking for the helmets. I'm searching around, seeing if I can get a deal. Sometimes the RSA website that I use does promos. So those will be the items. I haven't secured them yet, but we've given away a Will McDonald already on this channel, and I believe this will be our first Braylon Allen. These are two guys who should be breakout players for the Jets. These are two guys who will be huge difference makers week to week. And Kevin said, let's do it. Give me these guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin's 5 gifts went to the Punani Assassin Morning Show. You know who it is, though. Taylor Muir, Hundreds TK. Oh, YouTube just refreshed on me. Why do you do that? Tom Ace. Yeah, I know him. I love him. And where are we here? There we go. And WVU Haves. West Virginia U Haves, maybe we'll go with. I saw a comment I want to get to. Dylan says, I don't want Myers going against Hayward, I'll be honest. Well, there's not many centers in the NFL you want going against Hayward, right? That's just the truth of it. That's the reality of what Hayward is. So I'm not. I'll say this. I like our offensive line. I even like Myers in there. If you can double Chip Hayward with AVT and then let AVT get to the next level, because I think we're going to run through the 4-hole. That B gap is going to be the Lincoln Tunnel. We're going to be running through there with Braylon Allen full speed, time and time again. Kevin saying that's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Nick Shine Show. Hit the like button. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. We're 11 away from 1,700. We're trying to get there before kickoff on Sunday. I will be here Sunday, 12:30 for the watch along. We're going to have some guests lined up, popping in and out throughout the day. I know a lot of people like to watch the game. I know a lot of people will be at the game, but this will be your home for all things New York Jets on Sunday. Come here. Let's celebrate. Sunday, it's a game stream. So we will be giving away a prize on Sunday also in the postgame. I know everyone else will be going on in the postgame, but if you donate to the channel and super chats or memberships on Sunday, make sure you're back here at the end of the game and we'll have a giveaway. I haven't determined what the giveaway will be yet, but we will I'll base it off of how the day's going. We'll see who stands out in the game. Maybe we'll get a t-shirt of theirs, a hat, who knows? We'll do something. We'll do something on Sunday. I promise you that. Anyone who gifts this week, anyone who gives super chats, $5 and up this week, you will be on the wheel for Sunday's giveaway, as well as being on the wheel for the giveaway with Will McDonald and Braylon Allen. Oh, Sailbots, I'm sorry. That'll be fun, though. That'll be fun, man. How many times have we had to walk out of the stadium with our head down? Team Curry says, it's wild not to be subscribed to Nick, Jake, and Dylan, real Jets fans. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate your support. And that is a beautiful tattoo on your arm there. That's a pretty one. I like that. Modine. Whoa! Nick Shine in an early time slot. This is your spot, Nick. Never relinquish it. Well, Mo, I work 2:30 to 11, and I do have to get that. Thank you, Mo, for indirectly reminding me. I am going to give you guys this week's programming. Oh, let's do this. All right. You know what? Forgive me. His album came out. Aaron Glenn got to the mic. And we never played Blitz BK. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will play Blitz right now, and I will get everything set up that you need to know. We'll be back.
It's got me.
Gentry covered in football.
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click the family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky.
Who, me?
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic. Before we get to that, Georgie says, put me in. Allen is the GOAT. Big Tro is a chump. Addison's Dodgers suck. Nick is the best. You know what, Georgie? 4 points on one line. Very well done. Great utilization of the super chat. I appreciate your support, George, and good luck to you, my friend. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for the show programming for this week for the Nick Shine Show, here you go. This week's plan schedule, subject to change, of course. Today, 12:30, I moved that up. Wednesday, 10 a.m., I will be on with Jake. Thursday, we will do the throwdown. Thursday nights, 11:15, as soon as I get home from work. Friday at 12:30. And this Sunday, we will have the watch along starting at 12:30. Also, in another comment that I put underneath this, when we win Sunday, I will be back on either 8, 9 o'clock. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to have to sip some tea, honey, get the voice back together. We might see a little bit of that throughout the show instead of just your regular coffee. I will have the coffee maker down here set up for the day. Shout out to Tim Hortons. Not a sponsor on the show, but damn it, they should be. At least send me a couple 12 packs of K-Cups, for crying out loud, with the amount that I talk about this product. So that's your programming for the week. Now I have Nikki with me this weekend. There will be some Saturday, like say if I'm going to the game on Sunday, which will vary from week to week, I'll do a Saturday show as like a pregame, put the final touches on it. Also, a couple guys that I want to look at. These are guys, I mean, if the New York Jets are going to make the playoffs, right? Let's do that. If the New York Jets are going to be a playoff team, if the New York Jets are going to be in the hunt, and I think all of us will sign up for that graphic in December that says in the hunt, and Jets are there. 7-6. Maybe they get hot late. They can make a run with 4 games left. 6-7 in the hunt. I think we would all take that in year one. If we can survive this early onslaught with Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Tampa, going to Miami, Dallas, Denver, if we can get out of that 2-4, 3-3, if you're better than 3-3, you're looking at the AFC champion. If we can get 4-2 out of that run, ladies and gentlemen, expectations are through the roof, baby. But realistically, 2 or 3 wins would be really good start. Then you got Carolina. And then you go to Cincinnati. And if you can have 4 or 5 even, if you can get the 5 at the bye, holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. The expectations are going to be nuts. These shows are going to be insane. The fan base is going to be rabid. And you know what? We deserve that. Do I think it happens? No. I think we'll have 3 or 4 wins at the bye. I think 3-5. Screw you, Modine. I think 3-5 with wins over Pittsburgh, over Miami, over Carolina, And then if you can take one of Dallas and Denver and get to 4-4, I think you're in a really good position. You get that bye week, you grow and enhance your playbook, and then you come out with Cleveland at home and short week to New England. It will be very exciting for Jets fans. I want meaningful games. I don't want to have to call Dylan up and say, hey, I was thinking about doing a watch along this Sunday. Do you want to do it? And Dylan says to me, man, I don't know if I could sit there and do that for 3.5 hours. Do you even want to do that? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't like the matchup this week. But Dylan will be at this Sunday's game. But Dylan and I will get together for some game streams throughout the season. Neither of us can do every week, but we're hoping to bring you some great content throughout the season. And shout out to Dylan Terraman. Go over, subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. He just got membership gifting and super chats within the past week. I joined his channel yesterday, so I am part of the A1 from Day One team. And go show Dylan some love. Also, if you're watching the show right now and you haven't already, become a member of the channel. It's $5 a month. A lot of you give super chats for $5 or more. Become a member of the channel. And then when gifts get given out, they go to people who may not be watching the channel. If you're here all the time, become a member. It makes sense. Become a shiner. Why do you go out, watch a game, have a beer? You're paying more than $5 for a beer. Spend the $5 here instead of on a beer. It's better for you here. We're a happy environment. Yes, Dylan. Even though you made me look bad twice in like a 24-hour period, I ponied up and said, I'm going to be a member of Dylan's channel. I have to. As we say in this community, you're a nice guy, and yeah, you're my homeboy. Now, I found a video on Instagram. Quick little segue off of the Jets Steelers. We're going to get right back to it. For those of you who are in the Instagram community, I send a lot of videos, and you guys send a lot to me as well. Sometimes you come across a video, and I will say, this reminds me of someone. This video reminded me of Bobby. And I sent it to Gator and many others, Dylan, Jake, our DP group. And Gator came up with this.
Yeah, no, I'm staying right here.
Oh, look at my eye! Look at my eye!
You're a dick. What the fuck? What the Look at that, he's laughing.
Can't convince me that's not Bobby. Shout out to Bobby, the legend Bobby Midnight, who used to do shows on YouTube, but he's playing hide and go seek, and nobody's found him. Hope he's doing well. Good friend of the show, and an in real life friend as well. So the Jets, to get to that next level, to get into the hunt, Braylon Allen's going to become a dog. Will McDonald is going to be a top-tier pass rusher. Jermaine Johnson looks like he never missed a beat. Quinnen Williams gets back to all-pro Quinnen Williams. Our middle linebackers will be flying all over the field making plays. Sauce shows why he's got the top contract in all of football for a cornerback. Our offensive line stays healthy. Justin Fields, explosive with his legs. Breece Hall becomes an all-around weapon from running back to receiver. Breece Hall is going to be a guy who might not lead this team in rushing. As you saw Sunday night, I had Breece in third in rushing yards. I have Braylon leading the way with just over 1,100. I have Fields with 1,000. And I have Breece around 850, 900. We're going to rush for a ton of yardage this year. But Breece is a weapon. Breece on third down. Engstrand and Turner putting packages together to free up Breece Hall to get him the ball in space one-on-one with linebackers and safeties, sign me up. That will lead to success. Does he have to be a 25 carry a game guy? No. 12 carries, 7 catches. I think we'll all sign up for that. If Breece Hall's catching screen passes, swing passes, routes downfield where he gets a linebacker one-on-one, I think we'll all take that. He is absolutely a Swiss Army knife weapon at running back. Is he going to carry the rock like Derrick Henry? No. Is he going to run for 2,000 yards like Barkley? No. But I think the Jets can utilize his skill set to create mismatches time and time again. And if we're going to be in the hunt, we got to know very quickly Aaron Glenn is him. Steve Wilks is him. Engstrand is a head coach in waiting. This coaching staff has the ability to do something that we haven't done very often, outcoach the opposition. I'm a big fan of this coaching staff. I think that the ideology is there. I think they have, for the most part, everything that they need to get to a good level. They got the line, they got the runners, they got the mobile quarterback. They got multiple tight ends, and don't forget about Beck, the fullback / tight end / TJ Watt double teamer. They're going to do a lot to neutralize TJ Watt on Sunday. When you look down the rest of the offensive line, the matchups favor us. Aside for Hayward, Highsmith's on the side of Olu. Olu's been a wall in pass protection. Am I a little worried about Tittman and Olu's communication if Simpson's out? Yes, a little bit. I think they're going to try to take advantage of that. I think they're going to overload blitzes maybe to that side and try to capitalize on the shift in the offensive line. Will I get banned from this chat? You're the homeboy. I don't know what happened anywhere else. But listen, it takes a lot to get banned here. You know, if Nate hasn't been banned in a while, nobody's getting banned. I mean, you get the trolls who pop in, and shout out to the moderators who take care of that very quickly. A lot of times I don't even see it. They take care of it so quickly. Thank you. But I did, for those of you in attendance Sunday, I will be at the Tailgate Show tailgate, and then I will be out of there by around 11:30, maybe 11:15, and going to head home to do the stream. But for any of you going, Dylan and others, I will see you Sunday morning. I'll be there for a little bit. Maybe we'll throw the football around and show you young kids how the old man still has a cannon for the arm. If you have any questions about my arm, ask Rob V, because I broke or dislocated one of his fingers throwing passes to him. We're about 40, 45 yards away, and I was putting missiles on him, and he broke or dislocated his finger last year. So, Rob, I'm sorry. You got to bring your A game as a receiver if you're going to get in front of this arm. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to drop the call-in link. It's 12:30. I got some time before work. If you have Jets takes, feel free to call in. If you want to discuss the New York Jets, their potential for the season, bring some good calls in. Let's see what we got. Jaden, I could see that, man. I could see that. I don't support that take. If you don't like someone, I just say do it in silence. I've had to type some things and then delete it when people call in that I don't like because I just don't want to be a part of that negativity. But I understand why those comments were removed because that's not where I think the chat should go. That's just my opinion. He's on lunch break, ladies and gentlemen. We got Philly Noodles calling in. What's up, bro?
What's up, bro? You remember the lunch break? Good
I
stuff.
recognize the lunchroom now.
Yeah.
What's on your mind?
Not much. I think the safeties really got to show up. Cisco giving him that. I mean, not like we gave him a lot of money, but giving him the 1 year lease on proving his talent for a long-term contract. And Adams, as everybody knows, tight ends has been our leak. You can just run up the middle, get a good 15, 20-yard gain on us like it's nothing. That has to stop. So if that bleeding stops, if they're loading the box and they're killing it in the box, however which way they're getting it done, and they're stopping tight ends from leaking through the middle, I mean, I pretty much think then the game would be held to corners and over the top stuff. So I mean, Cisco shows up, Adams shows up. I think we'll have, a good defense, like for sure. We were top 3 last year, in whatever situation that was, which is crazy, So I think that's where a lot of it has to come from. I'm interested to see Cisco.
Areas, right? Like
Yeah.
we can make a top 10 list of areas that we need to improve upon from last year. Some
crazy.
teams are a player away, a coach away, a failed play away. We're like, no, we got to get better here, 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 here. Like you need more hands to count how many areas we need to improve in. Right?
It's true, dude.
So if we can cut half of those down this year, I think that's a tremendous year one. If we can get to 75% of those, I think that you're looking at a team that's going to be really good going forward and very competitive this year. If the passing attack is our biggest problem, which I think everyone expects, then we're in a good situation going forward. That means the D is locked down. The scheme is on point.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Wilkes is going to get any more head coaching opportunities at this point of his career. So that could be a guy who stays here for a while with this group, which I'm looking forward to. But I'll also say, with Wilkes being a minority, I am not mad if Wilkes gets a head coaching job because now you get a third-round compensation pick for coordinators who are minorities who get elevated to head coaching with the NFL. So if it gets to the point where we're a top defense in the league and someone calls for Wilkes, I get it. And it's a bonus for the Jets, right? Like, I don't want to lose Angstrom. We don't get anything for that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I hope he wants. I mean, I think in his mind, someone like him, he needs to revitalize himself, right? Like he went to San Francisco last year, and it was like, okay, they were like, all right, but they also have like captains on those teams that are. I mean, just Warner and their secondary was good enough that they didn't need Wilkes. You know what I'm saying? Like the talent was tremendous, and then Salah's back over there, so it's going to be going back to the same drawing board, which was good. So they were already a good defense. So he has to take another good defense that's already good and make it that much better. But again, that's with Jermaine coming back from injury. That's with having some rookie presence. That's with having some veterans that we stole, like a linebacker that just got signed yesterday. I thought that was a good move. Like, so these little things and little contributions have to come from everybody across the field. Because really what it is like the Jets have always been, well, if that guy goes down, implode. It's just how we've been for the past probably like 6-7 years. We need to stop that because back in the day, you used to be able to send everybody through and everybody was able to contribute. So and I think Aaron Glenn remember that when he was the Jet. And then we saw that with the Rex Ryan era. And I think we'll go back to it. But this is the building blocks. Do I expect us to beat the Steelers? I don't know. Again, if they can ship and he can get some play action going, these guys got to catch a ball. And he's got to put it on them. We could beat them if that's the case. Because I think Aaron's going to I don't think Aaron's ready for how many sacks he might take this game. Honestly, they're coming for him. I don't care. You know what I mean?
The other day,
you've
got to figure out his hot reads. And, there might be times where Will McDonald or Jermaine drop into coverage to confuse them because they know they're going to do a quick out to the tight end. And then if you're not the wide 9, because I don't think we're going to have as much wide 9, but there might be times where you're lined up out there. You bring Quincy or Sherwood up, you drop the edge out into the flat, you take away that hot read. By the time he looks back, he might be getting crushed.
Oh, yeah, he's going to get creamed.
The ability to eliminate his hot reads when the blitz is coming is going to be the key to the game. Does Wilkes and Sherwood find ways to defeat Rodgers, which is a tall task for Jamie and Sherwood, right?
Mhm.
But if Wilkes, who's long in the tooth as a coordinator and defensive mind in the league, can create some confusion, maybe it leads to a turnover, maybe it leads to a sack fumble, maybe that can change the game and put the offense and this line. Say we have a long drive, 14 plays, 11 runs, we go down, we score, touchdown or field goal, whatever. A long 14-play drive. We get out there, second down. We get that fumble. We get that turnover. That defense is tired. We get right back out there. If we can get a touchdown and a field goal in a 3-minute span, we just flip the whole fucking game. And we can do it.
Facts.
But we have to be smart. You know Rodgers is checking to his hot routes. You know Rodgers does not want to be in the pocket. You know AJ, Mac, Quinnen, everyone wants to hit this dude. They had him here for 2 years. Couldn't touch him. Now it's time to hit him. Now it's time to let him know who you be.
Yeah.
I'm fucking fired up right now, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, because you could
108
smell
hours,
it, like,
21 minutes.
dude, you can smell it. Like the possibilities are they're endless if everything goes through right. And I mean, and then some I haven't broken down in my head yet. Like I broke it down in my head. I haven't looked it up yet, and I usually look up random stats and stuff. I wonder how Harrison Phillips looked with the Vikings against him, because they were in the same division with Aaron. What his stats were against Aaron games. You know what I mean? Did he put up decent stats? How was his pressure?
Phillips was in Minnesota, I believe, the last 2 years, but Rodgers was here.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
He was
I thought he got there
before
a few years back before that, but okay.
He was with
You might be
Buffalo
right.
before that, and he's a pain in the ass against us.
Oh yeah.
Those tackles, defensive tackles who play the interior, are never flashy.
It's
They
that push.
don't get up and celebrate and self-promote. They know that they're the blue-collar guys, that sometimes their job is just to free up a linebacker to make a play.
Oh, yeah.
It's maybe to crash down on the A-gap with the guard and center to free someone else to shoot outside. There's a lot that they do that goes unrecognized. And I think that Phillips and Briggs are two guys that you want in the middle because they're stout and they're strong. And even if they don't make the play, they can clog the hole and allow someone else to make the play. And that's something we haven't had here consistently in a very long time.
That's what I'm saying. It's been a very long time. All I know is
might not be great. The flash plays might not be there, but I hate flash. I take substance over flash 10 out of 10 times. I don't want flash. I don't want self-promotion. I don't want all that crap.
No.
I want the substance.
Yeah, anything that can bring about a cause to give us a flag, which is like the stupidest shit, is those penalties are like, hitting the QB late, or falling on the QB too hard, or all those dumb penalties got to get eradicated, and half of it's
that Michael Clemens 101.
It's just like a mental thing, Yeah, exactly. Clemens.
That's Michael Clemens 101.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll leave you with this. In the end, I think, for what it's worth, Glenn started as a scout or whatever with the Jets. He has been linked to a lot of player development where he's gone places, especially Detroit. I think we have we have a team full of I gotta prove it guys, and I think that's big because you got a guy who tells you, okay, go prove it. So I think what he aligned with Moogie and what the Jets did was grabbing a whole bunch of guys that need to have prove it years, and if they all have a prove it year, you can have one of those years you just walk into the playoffs randomly and nobody expects it, and I'll take it. 1,000%.
As always.
Respect Clemens, please. Oh my God.
He's got 2 Clemens jerseys.
Listen, he okay. So I think what's his face?
One of one. We got to coddle him. We got to let him be.
Indy Jets has a light bet going with somebody, gentleman's bet for 8 or 7 sacks from Clemens. I don't see it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
we
don't see him anymore because he vanished this channel because he decided to argue and fight with people in Discord, so he left.
Yeah, well, his mentality is, hey, dude, if I get him coming off, on 3rd or 4th down, if he comes in on a 3rd down only and he's got all that energy behind him, I'm like, yeah, sure, but he can't shift left or right.
He's not a guy that you want coming out on the field on 3rd down.
Yeah, that's
coming off the field after a rundown. That's it.
Yeah, literally passing downs
All
only.
right, Philly. Thanks for
All right,
calling in, bro.
You got it.
Make sure you pop in Sunday. It's
Oh
gonna be
yeah, I
fun.
will. I'll be at the bar. Definitely.
Nice. All right, bro.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy.
All right.
Go Jets. Good call from Philly. Shout out to Knob. Knob and Mike D's Nuts, if you're watching. Mike, one of your jerseys shipped, and Knob, both of your jerseys shipped. Mike, I'm waiting for the tracking for the other one, if you're watching. Oh. Oh, boy. Oh, that's not good. Alan says Michael Clemens will commit a personal foul on Sunday, guaranteed. All right, Alan. I'll take a bet. I'll take that bet, Alan. I say he doesn't. Let's make a bet, Alan. How about I will send you $25 if he does. You gift 5 memberships if he doesn't. Is that good? A little friendly wager. If you win, you put it back. You put it into the channel, and if he does commit one, I will. I'll send you $25. Do you accept this bet? I can't believe I'm betting on Michael Clemens to be smart. It's burning money. It's burning money. Alan says deal. Okay. Now, Alan, here's the twist. I'm going to add a twist to this. Since it's a bet, I get to pick who gets your raffle entries. You don't get raffle entries for paying off the bet. You're not going to get rewarded for losing a bet. Is that a fair little asterisk on the deal? Do you accept that? If no, it's okay. It's just a bet between friends. We got one deal, waiting for the second one to come in. Yeah, I know, Rich. I know. But you know what? It'll be fun. If it doesn't happen, it'll be fun banter. If it does happen, I can play into it and have fun with it on air during the game. So oh, look at this. I don't want $25. I will donate 5 memberships if I lose. If I win, I host half the show in the next few weeks. Oh, man. Does that mean me off air? Like the show is just yours? Or do you co-host? I just need to know the specifics, gentlemen. I see everybody. Am I allowed to be on air with you? Like you're the co-host? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Your comments are great. All right. Connor Hughes just tweeted Tyrod Taylor and John Simpson are both at practice and here in pads. Co-host. Okay. All right. I accept this bet. 59 minutes, 20 seconds into the show. I accept this bet. All right, folks. There we go. If Michael Clemens commits a personal foul Sunday, Alan will co-host the show here for half the show. I do want to let you guys know that now that the season is here, I plan on doing some 10-minute shows So maybe that'll be that day where it's only 5 minutes of Alan. I know you do, Alan. I know. It'll be fun. You're not going to troll or shit talk me. Yeah, Tom, it really is. It's almost like I want Clemens to get it now because I know the promotion of Alan co-hosting a show will bring a ton of people here. Georgie, and he gets half the super. Georgie, aren't you supposed to be working right now, Georgie? Put the goddamn phone down and drive. All right, let's update this. Something I need to discuss. This is very important. This is close to my heart. Watching Bill Belichick get the doors blown off of him last night probably fixed erectile dysfunction for millions of men across America. How much fun was that? I scoreboard watched, and I will tell you guys this. I am a huge North Carolina Tar Heel basketball fan. I have a hat. I got multiple sweatshirts, t-shirts, jackets, a winter jacket, Nike Jordan logo on it, Carolina colors. I can put out 10 things right now that are Carolina. I have not worn one item of Carolina since this human trash bag took the job. I will not wear the same colors as him. I know it's the basketball program. The basketball team fell off the face of the earth the minute that piece of shit took the job. I didn't watch any games. I do not want to be affiliated with this disease in any way, shape, or form. I miss my Carolina blue colors. People this winter asked me, when I do basketball, I always wear my Carolina stuff. I can't wear it with Belichick there. I don't want to be supporting the same place that he does. I miss myself. I'll tell you this. Most of my Carolina stuff is 3-4X. It's too baggy. So I might have to start getting some new stuff the day that he quits or resigns. Or gets fired. Oh, that'd be tremendous. Knobcraft with a super chat. I feel so much better about big dicking that clown last month now. What a loser. Yeah. Knob had in North Carolina, they do all the college coaches get together for like a summit. And Knob's Hotel hosted it. And Belichick was there. And Knob kind of big timed him. Like Belichick thought he'd want to take a picture. He's like, nah, I'm too busy. I got other shit to do. And walked away from him. So shout out to Knob for being Knob. And Knob, I took the Michael Clemens bet because I believe in you. I don't believe in Clemens, but I believe in you. And you made me believe in Michael Clemens for one moment in time. Antoine Staley sharing a picture. Jets in regular season mode out on the practice field right now. See if we have any other tweets or info coming in. But ladies and gentlemen, if you missed it, Sunday night, shout out to Kevin Tattoos. He won our Darrell Revis helmet. That will be going out to him shortly. We also have a raffle. Any $5 super chats, gifted memberships. Kevin and I spoke. Braylon Allen, Will McDonald, mini helmets, autographed. We're looking at guys who can blow up and be breakout players this year for the New York Jets. And that's what Kevin wanted. So good luck to all of you. And don't forget, with Sunday's game stream, we'll be doing a giveaway during the game Sunday. And based on how the game is going, maybe we'll do a hat giveaway. I know these hats are ridiculously expensive now. I don't know when hats became more than a tank of gas. Not in my truck, but for most cars. or we could do something else. I'll give you a credit to like the NFL Shop or Fanatics, something like that. But we will be doing a giveaway during the game, and I just love giving back to you guys. You guys give me so much, and your support, your time, your effort, your energy. You guys are truly amazing, and I'm truly humbled by all of you. I really am. Even the trolls. Even the trolls take the time to say, you know what? I got to stop by and fuck with this guy for a little bit. I respect it. Your commitment to the cause, masked as a friend, talking to you, Nate, is quite remarkable. Quite remarkable. All right, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to put a poll together. While I do my typing, I'm going to play another Blitz song. Enjoy.
Good evening, everyone. Normally, this is the part where I go into a monologue about the Jets. I got to address something first. There's been some shit talk out there about this program. Don't talk shit about my family. They're my family.
And this just in, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Get ready for this new showdown. I call it the anytime, any day throwdown. Nick Shine, kill these clowns till they make no sound. They lose weight, we feel great when we burn these pounds. We all know that jet green make the earth go round. Another rookie head coach, another first go round. We bleed green, each fiend hope this team win now. And twist greens in the DP where my beats are found. Shine is unite, knock the lights out at midnight. We go show for show, goon for goon. We can fist fight, I rip mics. Clemens and Williams, all the dislikes. Bunch of Jets rappers out there, they ain't this nice. I did this twice. Got a sick addiction, so the green and white's my vice. I gave it blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah, I paid my price. Many years on this flight, no prescription, but I need a championship in my life, yo.
For as long as I'm alive, I got your back because you always had mine, and I fucking love you guys for that. So keep coming back. It's a fun place to be. We don't turn people away. We don't talk down to people. Maybe we the people, but that he deserves it.
Boom, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, first things first. Big Nick freaks all the ladies. Oh, that's not true. I just dropped the link. That's where you can get Blitz BK's album. Go show him some support. Click on that link. Save that link. Do whatever you need to do, but go show Blitz some love. Now, I put together 4 names. We're going to do a poll. Who was the Jets' star of the game Sunday? I've talked a lot about Braylon Allen. Going to have to put Justin Fields in there. Will McDonald. And, of course, Jets legend, Nick Folk. Who will be the star of the game Sunday for the New York Jets? Curious to see what you guys think. If you're in agreement, let your voice be heard. Old McDonald hit A-Rod and ended his career with a sack here and a sack there. Here a sack, there a sack, everywhere a sack. Old McDonald had a sack. And Jets fans went nuts. Hell yeah. I like it. Oh, it looks like I put some good names in there. The chat, you guys are a little divided with this so far. Let your voice be heard. We got over 50 of you watching the Nick Shine Show. Hit the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Trying to get to 1,700 subscribers by Sunday. Please. Bloop, bloop. Subscribe. Let's get to 1,701 because we know Nate will unsubscribe just to get us back under that number. So let's be Nate-proof with the subs. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Appreciate all of you taking your time out of your day to be a part of this little program. You guys are absolutely tremendous. And now we get to the point of the show where we discuss the fan mentality. Listen, folks. Our past has sucked. Our past has been embarrassing. We've been laughed at. We've been ridiculed. We're not taken seriously in the NFL world. We've all had it happen. When we wear our gear, we get the little Jet fan. You support that team? We've all gotten it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, this message is to you guys. I'm living proof that you can change who you were and what you were and never have to go back to that again. I was told it was impossible. I was laughed at. I was scoffed at. I had friends who never believed in me. I have people who aren't friends anymore because of that. And I'm here to tell you that if I could change my life around and I can go from what I was to what I am now, so can this goddamn football team. The New York Jets are doing something very similar. They're building a structure. They're building it the right way. They're making choices with substance. Saying some bullshit and not following through is flash. I'm all about substance in my life. Things have to make sense. There's no overreactive decisions. It's all about how to better my life and others. And I think the Jets are doing that as a team and an organization. How does this decision make us better? How does this decision improve the organization? How does this get us closer to winning on game day? Now, I don't think any of us believe the Jets are a title contender for the 2025 season. But I fully believe that they have the substance in place to get there. I think that they have an offensive line, which teams, we just saw Philly win a Super Bowl with an average passing quarterback and a dominant offensive line. They make throws at key times. Sure, there's a game every now and then where Hurts had a huge performance, but I think everyone knows the offensive line is what drives Philly. Maybe we can get there. But the New York Jets are, listen, when you live in free agency, like Mike Tannenbaum did, like McHagnon did, that's flash. $45 million for a running back who sat out for a year. Stupid. Granted, some of us wanted it at the time. I was all about flash back then. Bad decisions, spontaneous decisions, awful decisions. The substance is build your offensive line, build your pass rush, find your quarterback. You add a quarterback to this roster who's mid-level. Just be efficient on third down with the run game and with Fields' legs. We could be a contender. Not for the title, for the playoffs. Get better as the season goes on. Don't get dominated in the trenches. And for crying out loud, win some games you're not supposed to. I have been huge about changing the narrative with the New York Jets. Can't win games in the division. Do that. Can't win games with extra time off. You have two opportunities this year to do that. You have the Monday night game in Miami with an extra day off, and you have after the bye week with Cleveland. Win some games against perennial playoff teams. Find a way to get a win against Buffalo. Compete or find a way to beat Baltimore at their own game. Beat Cincinnati and Cincinnati. Win the games that fans usually write off. Shock the world. You can do that when you have substance. Flash is drafting a quarterback second overall after getting rid of the third overall draft pick and not having the substance there to help him succeed. Not having the organization be in a good place to succeed. not having the talent and staff around them, having 72 people in your ticket and social media departments and only having 2 in player development. The most important part of this team is the players and making them all better. Yes, it's a business. We get that. But we're at a point where I think the ship is steered in the right direction. Have you heard anything from Woody Johnson? No. That's more substance. Flash is your owner trying to be fucking hip and cool and wearing a Woody chain. Substance is shutting the fuck up, signing the checks, and keeping your hands off the team. We're heading in the right direction. Aaron Glenn has shown the Jets made a good decision with hiring the head coach. Darren Muji, identify the weakness, address the weakness, brought in 2 run stuffers. Will he make an addition elsewhere? To be determined. Does he move Alan Lazard early in this season, right after the Philly or Pittsburgh game? To be determined. Does he have someone else waiting to bring in after week 1 where it's not a guaranteed contract for the season? I think when you look at the structure of the Jets, I haven't felt this good about the coach, general manager in a long time. Tannenbaum and Rex was the last time. But Tannenbaum pissed me off because he traded away mid-round picks like they were nothing. And through attrition, we never had 3rd, 4th, 5th round picks in years to follow after we went all in for our AFC runs. Oh, that's a great tweet. I'm going to enjoy that one in a minute. So keep your head up, Jets fans. We've been down. We've been laughed at. But I believe this is the regime that will make us start laughing again at people. It'll pay off. Glenn will reward us. This offensive line will extend the game, extend drives, keep the opposition on the bench, and put us in positions to win time and time again. This defense will get turnovers. We will get to the quarterback. We will run blitz. We'll create long 3rd downs that aren't manageable against this defense. That's the key. Our field goal kicker will make kicks. The special teams will do well. I believe we're there, folks. I've been waiting for this. I'm not saying 12 wins, but I think we can compete in 13, 14 games and have a chance to win. Sure, there might be a game here or there. Even the great teams get caught off guard. It doesn't click that day, and they lose. But the main thing, run the ball, keep the opposition on the sideline, keep your defense fresh for late in the game, bring pressure, get to the quarterback, jump routes, get turnovers, shorten the field for the offense. That's going to be the key to the Jets' success. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching the Nick Shine Show. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Please subscribe if you haven't already. This poll is tied right now. Looks like I put some good names in there. You guys, all right. You guys are tied right now with Will McDonald and Nick Folk. Fields a little bit behind. Allen in last. I didn't see that. I thought Allen would have a better turnout here, to be completely honest with you. That's why I listed him first. I think Braylon Allen is going to be the identity this offense has been looking for. And then you build everything else around him running between the tackles. If you can gash a team up the middle time and time again, build everything off of that. You build your RPO with Fields. You build your rollouts off of that. If you watch the preseason games, the identity has been smash and crash right up the middle. And then you bring in the RPOs. And then you bring in the waggles. And then you get Fields moving out of the pocket. But you have got to be successful up the middle with Allen in order to get to the next layers of the onion. Ooh, somebody said onions. We got 61 likes, folks. Let's go. Hit the like button. If you're watching and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Subscribe to the channel, folks. We're going to be here Sunday, 12:30 p.m. I will leave the tailgate at the stadium to get back to hang out with you guys for the game. For a game that I've been saying for 14 weeks, we will be 1-0. 14 Sundays in a row. I've said since the schedule came out, we will be 1-0. We will be 1-0 come 420. Shout out to all my smokers out there. 420 on Sunday. We will be 1-0. Be here. Be a part of it. Celebrate with your fellow Jets fans. It's going to be a hell of a show. It's going to be a hell of a game. I will keep my mic volume down on Sunday. I promise. If you're going to be wearing earbuds, I recommend you keep your volume down as well. I will be a little fiery. For those of you in the Discord, I will be as energetic as Stack is when he's watching some random game. John, you should not be drinking in the afternoon. This is not true. But folks, we're going to wrap this up. I got to get ready, head out to work soon. All right. A couple things coming in from the Jets right now. Jets' new tight end, Jelani Woods, a large human from Zach Rosenblatt. Rain in the forecast for Sunday. 45% chance of rain right now coming in from Antoine Staley. 73-degree high, 60-degree low. That's overnight, though. 73 probably at 1 o'clock. Cincy Matt with a super chat. It will be a shit show for both passing offenses. Run the ball, make stops, make field goals. We'll take 17 points to win. Yeah, 16 is the number for me. I think you're looking at a 16-9, a 16-13 game. I think you're not going to have many touchdowns. Maybe each team gets one, but field position, kickers will make the difference. Penalties, because you don't want to give somebody 10 yards closer on a drive for a field goal. Be smart, control the clock, and beat the shit out of this team time and time again. Do what's been done to us. If I had to say right now, I say 16-13 Jets. That being said, it'll be a shootout. Bet the over. There'll be kick returns, punt returns, interception returns. Vegas doesn't lose. Everyone's going to be betting the under. You want to make money, hit the over. I'm still going to stay with my prediction, 16-13. And here's a nice prediction. Sauce Gardner, interception to seal the game. How great would that be? And then he could do is put it out on the helmet with Rodgers. I'll take a downpour. I really will. With Rodgers, a quarterback who doesn't like to hand the ball off, and a rookie running back, I'll take a downpour. I won't be at the game, so I don't give a shit. I'll take a downpour. Give me tsunami winds coming in. Give me 30-mile-an-hour winds with rain coming in sideways, and the team that can run the ball better has the better chance. I'm hoping for heavy rain now after seeing that. Sorry to the people going to the game, but my my priorities and my allegiances are tied with the Jets winning football games. But thank you, Matt, for the super chat. I appreciate you, and looking forward to meeting you the weekend of the Bengals game. I will be out there. Me, my son, we're picking up Jaden D'Angelo in Sleep with Your Sister, Pennsylvania, somewhere over there. He lives in West New York. He's going to drive down. We're going to scoop him up. I don't know if anyone else is coming with us yet, but looking forward to it, man. We will definitely talk and connect more. Quincy will record a sack in this game. Hell yeah, I like it. Chris says Quincy Williams strip sack for Steelers. Dylan says I'm a dick for wishing that. I want conditions that help our team, Dylan. Sorry, buddy. I don't want a sunny, clear day with 6-mile-an-hour winds for a guy who wants to throw the ball 30-something times a game. I want sloppy conditions for gripping the ball to throw. Lord of Jesus, please give us the benefit on Sunday. Also, Dylan, while I'm there at the tailgate, I have a tent. You're welcome to stand under. Johnny Boy with a super chat. Go and get Blitz BK's new album. Oh, shit. Favorite track. Yes, for those of you watching, I put the link down again. We're going to end the poll right now. And the winner is Willie Mack. Will McDonald. If you are a member of the channel, hit that Will McDonald emoji. There's 2 of them. That's how big of a season I think Will McDonald's going to have. He's got 2 emojis. Tom Ace technically has 3. So Addison is in 3. No, Tom Ace is in 3. Addison's not in 1 because 1 was draft weekend. So Jay Graves, I think, is in 3. Do we still have the draft weekend photo there? Did I? Yes. Graves is in 3. Tom Ace is in 3. Will McDonald is in 2. So look at that. Shout out to the Wiener Lady. So, ladies and gentlemen, drop your what did we learn. We're going to start wrapping up the show here. What did you learn today? Brian, are you at the tailgate? Are you tailgating on your own, or are you going over to Tailgate Joe? Hell yeah, Cincy, man. I can't wait, man. I'm excited. Yeah, Alan loves Caleb Johnson. I love Caleb Johnson fumbling the ball on Sunday. That's what I love. Fumble the ball, put it on the ground. Dylan, huge fan. Huge fan of this whole scenario. Stack just learned I'm a nice guy. Well, Stack, I'm sorry it took me so long to reveal this to you, my friend. Hell yeah, Brian. Looking forward to it, man. Come say hello. You watch the show all the time. Definitely, please, come up and introduce yourself when you see me. K-Brock, don't forget, you are in the survivor pool. You got to send the $20 or your entries will be removed. There's a couple people who have not paid yet. If you do not pay by kickoff Thursday night, your entry will be deleted. That's for everybody. There will be no exceptions. Let me bring that up right now. Invite. For those of you interested, we're doing a Survivor pool. Let me drop this right now. I gotta do it from my phone because I don't have it on. That's the invite right there for the Sleeper app. It's $20 an entry. If you are interested in getting in, screenshot this right now as well. This is how you can send the money. Venmo. Damn, so many things. Oh, wrong one. Venmo, Nick-Shine-1, PayPal or Cash App, Big Nick NYJ. Everyone is welcome. But $20 a pop. We have, right now, we got, where are we? How many people we have in it? We're almost at 30. So $600 in the pot as of right now. $580 actually. But hopefully we get another one or two of you to join. Chris dropping bars. Nick is not a dick. He's the #1 pick. Oh yeah. And don't forget, folks, Chris still is not a member of the channel. Anyone who gives a membership until Chris gets a membership, your raffle entries are doubled. So, Kevin, yours are doubled. Whoever gifts Chris will have their entry tripled. So, we got to get Chris a membership. Nobody loves the emojis more than Chris, ladies and gentlemen. So, we got to do our best. We got to show Chris some love. It's strange to not have Chris with emojis. All right, that's there. I'm going to throw one in. You know what? Fuck it. Let's get nuts. Let's see if we can get it, folks. I gifted 5 that went to Mike Z, Jersey for Hawks, Andrew Brunswick, Christopher Byers. Welcome back to the emojis, Chris. Go nuts, my friend. And MC Mays. Hell yeah. Matt, I tell you what, I will double yours because I beat you to the punch. I will double yours. Matt just gifted 5 that went to Paul E.K., Nathan Shells, Mike Haskak, Patty Grimes, one of our resident Detroit Lions fans, along with David D., and Radical Bongos. Every guy loves a good pair of Radical Bongos. And a lot of ladies do too. We're not here to discriminate in any way, shape, or form. But ladies and gentlemen, Chris is back in action. Chris, there you go. He's going nuts with the emojis right now. And I have to yell at someone right now. But thank you, Cincy. Congrats to Chris. Chris, welcome back. You're in the fold. And sometimes you gotta flex on people, Stack. Sometimes you gotta whip the big hammer out. But shout out to everyone who tried on Sunday. You guys are the best. You know what, Dylan? I don't know, man. This came with the computer. I think I do need to get a quieter keyboard. But it's become a part of the show. For those of you who've been here for a while, you see the laundry machine here, the washing machine. During the summer of 2024, it seemed that whenever I was doing a show, I was also home and doing some laundry. And it became a thing. They would hear the laundry machine going off, or I had to get up and say it. And when Gator made this background, he put the laundry machine in there because it was a thing back in 2024. So no tabs. What do you mean there's tabs on the back of the keyboard? There's no tabs. It just sounds like you're pulling a wagon on the boardwalk. Well, you know what I do, right? So here's the microphone. I lean the keyboard on here to elevate it. So maybe I shouldn't do that when I type, and maybe that'll be a little better. Oh, yeah. Jay Grave, the homegirl. I love her. Ladies and gentlemen, drop the wiener lady emoji. Jay Graves in the house. Eli, I was upset that they didn't have the tabs. So I completely get it. I understand. But I will do my best to get another keyboard, and I will go to a store and test out the keyboard to make sure it types quieter. I get jealous when I see other people type, and I'm like, man, you don't hear their keyboard. Let's see, can I edit that? All right, let's see if that works. I'm going to type now. How is that? I sound like Bobby. I reduced the background noise on the mic. So maybe that'll make a little bit of a difference. All right. Eli says, don't change it. It's part of the aura. Excuse me. All right. Dylan says much quieter. Mo says even louder. Mo, take that, buddy. How hilarious was it when Herb Street put his dog on the air last night with his headset on? A major FU to Belichick. Yeah. F Belichick. F Lombardi. Al Davis said in 2008 that Mike Lombardi's been fired from every job he's ever had. Ladies and gentlemen, Connor Hughes in 2002 predicted the Jets would be 6-11. They were 7-10. In 2023, he predicted 10-7. They were 7-10. Last year, he predicted 10-7. They were 5-12. This year, he has the Jets at 7-10. Short of the playoffs, roster is a little top heavy. Lack of depth and concerns with Justin Fields will keep them from a real push. You'll see the fight, guts, and toughness that Aaron Glenn is trying to instill, though. Top goal after year, trade up to get a quarterback in the draft. Game-by-game predictions below. If it's an article, I'll read it. He has us losing to the Steelers, losing to the Bills, losing to the Bucs, starting 0-3. Beating the Dolphins, beating the Cowboys to get to 2-3, losing to the Broncos 2-4. After the Panther game, 3-4. After the Bengal game at the bye, 3-5. I think that's very realistic to be 3-5. After that, we got the Browns, win, 4-5. Patriots away on Thursday night, short week, lost 3-6. Lost to the Ravens. No, I'm sorry, 4-6. 4-7 after the Raven game. Has the Falcons beaten us to get to 4-8? Beating the Dolphins 5-8, losing to the Jaguars 5-9, beating the Saints 6-9, 69, perfect. Losing to the Patriots 6-10, defeating the Bills with everything wrapped up 7-10. So Mo Dean says, I'll forget about the Jets by week 5. College football is the best football you can watch in today's world. Mo, stick around, though, for the show. You are a fun part of the chat. I think people enjoy engaging with you. And I know you love this shit, too. So don't disappear during the season. Yeti with a very important question. Nick, honest question. You know I'm sober. What do I do during football? I always pour a Labatt prior to kickoff. O'Doul's. Sunday will be my first real test. I would not go with non-alcoholic. You don't want to get that taste of alcohol. Even though there's not alcohol, you don't want to have that similar taste. That's my preference. If I'm out, I smoke a cigar. I've gone to bars. I'll smoke a cigar, drink water. You got to find a new routine. I would avoid anything that resembles a beer. That's my take on it. And of course, you got my number. You can call me for more help, and we'll get you through it. I promise you. Chris says, drink a smoothie. Oh, yeah. Can't go wrong with that. Get a little protein in there. Get your energy up. Here's a great suggestion. I know you're on the West Coast. I think you're in Arizona. So you get that early start time. Cook a good breakfast. Put your energy into the kitchen instead of worrying about that. Make some pancakes for the kids, some waffles, French toast, bacon. Who doesn't love the smell of bacon in a house? Sausage. Just put your energy into the kitchen and putting a good spread on the table for the family. You know, and that way you're not thinking about that. Go to the supermarket on Saturday night instead of the liquor store and get everything that you need to cook. Put your energy into a good pregame meal. That would be a nice way to utilize your time on Sunday morning. And then you're cooking, you're getting ready for the game. You're not even thinking about it. Put it out of your mind, man. That's a good way to do it, in my opinion. You know, since you have that 10 o'clock, or I forget with Arizona what time difference it is, because you guys don't do daylight savings. But that's just a suggestion. I hope it helps. And you got my number, man. You got my number. You need me, call me, bro. But ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Drop the Canadian flag for Mr. Boomtown. Yeah, Jerome, I love it. If I'm out, I got to have a cigar. I'll have a nice cigar in the parking lot Sunday morning before the game. But that's, if I'm out, I got to go someplace and have one. It helps me relax. But ladies and gentlemen, I got to get ready to work. Thank you for watching the Nick Shine Show. Boomtown, drop it like it's hot, our good friend. Yeah, you know what? It's more and more common too now that people are bettering themselves and not drinking. It's no good, man. It's horrible for you physically. It's horrible for you mentally. It makes you be somebody that you don't want to be. Some people can do it. Great. God bless them. But there's a lot that can't. So I have been, let's see. Today, let's pull up the app. I have been sober for 2 years, 5 months, 23 days. March 10th, 2023 is the day that I ended all that crap. Boomtown learned the Nick Shine Fast has begun leading up to kickoff. Nick being fast was supposed to remain a secret. Georgie is an efficient super chatter. Bobby has impeccable cannonball form.
Yeah, no, I'm staying right here.
Oh, look at my eye! Oh, look at my eye!
You're ridiculous. What the fuck? What the Look at that, he's laughing.
Bonus, Bobby at this point might have been able to give Bin Laden a run as hide and seek world champion. I anticipate a sick day in my future if Clemens commits a personal foul Sunday. Double bonus, Nick does not want to associate with any diseases. How convenient. Chris B got his membership back today. Chris B emoji spam is back. Nick has keyboard jealousy. Thank you, Boom. Alan, I learned down deep Nick is rooting for a Clemens personal foul. You know what, Alan? I'll make an amendment to it. We said you give 5. If you lose, you have to give 5 memberships. If you give 10, I'll let you come on and host the show. Co-host. So if you want it, it's still there for you. If you don't get your way with the bet, there's still a buy-in option for you. But ladies and gentlemen, you guys have been terrific. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for watching the Nick Shine Show. And that being said, we'll gift some more memberships out before we hit the road. I gifted 5. They went to Will Cedar, Real KR6, JJ, Tyler Minton, and Michael Stipek. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are trying to grow this community. The great thing about these gifted memberships is it alerts people who aren't watching the show that they got it. They remember that they're here. Hey, I got to go watch this guy. So, thank you, everyone. Yeah, tsunami warning. Tsunami warning coming in. There you go, Alan. You have a buy-in option. I can't buy out of my part of it, but you can buy in and still get your way. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. You are the awesome chat. Jets fans, mount up. It's game week. Get yourselves ready. And we will talk soon. Enjoy the end of summer.
Yeah, no, I'm staying right here.
Oh, look at my eye! Oh, look at my eye!
You're ridiculous. What the fuck? What the Look at that, he's laughing.
Show me your butthole.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
It's got
Gentry cover the bumble! Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his promise, Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, so get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube.